Good morning and welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to your Thursday early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom. Something dawned on me this morning and I thought, well, I'm going to share that. That'll be a good Thanksgiving message for today. So we'll give it a minute here as everybody starts to find me and show up. But I hope you have an awesome day, whatever it is you're going to be doing. Good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. The first one popping on this morning. Welcome, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. And I wanted to use that day. Good morning, Diane. Welcome. We'll be seeing you in a while. So I want to use this opportunity to help all of us shift perspective on something. Good morning, Jo Neal. Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. Good morning, good morning. Glad everybody's here. This is good because we have a really cool thing today. And I want to thank the universe for dropping this into my brain this morning because I was sitting here preparing and thinking on this auspicious occasion of Thanksgiving, what would I want to talk about? And what card deck might be conducive to that talking? And what card in particular? So I'm looking at the ones that are sitting on my desk already. I put the toadstool ones from yesterday up here too because I just liked it. But what came to me was, I think the first part of the chain of thought was there are people who are struggling today and who there's a lot of difficulties in their lives. Good morning, Gwen. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome. So what popped into my head was kind of a giving thanks for the difficulties. Good morning, Cindy. Happy Thanksgiving. Giving thanks for our difficulties. And I'm calling it the difficulties because we don't necessarily want to own that. Some of the stuff that in terms of the series with me and Jo Neal, some of the stuff is posted on my YouTube channel, and some of it should be on my this Facebook page. Good morning, Catherine. Glad you're here. Welcome. But I believe there's another one that might be coming out today also. We had let's see, two of our regular ones. I wrote it down because Common Ground Conversations. I kept blanking on the title. It takes me a while to get these things going. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Glad you're here. But we're also doing a special little chunk of them for Thanksgiving. So those, check my various platforms. You should be able to find them somewhere on there. That I leave to Morgan because not my gig. But I think on Jo Neal's page she posts her own stuff. So we'll see what ends up when. But I think today's YEMIG is also going to be really helpful with some of this stuff. So giving thanks for the difficulties. Giving thanks for the difficulties. So okay, Jo Neal says all three of them are on her Facebook page. Do you want to drop the link for your Facebook page into the feed, dear? That would be awesome. So let's start with the breath. And what I want to create is calm, peace within. In this moment, everything is good. In this moment, you're present right here, right now. Whatever difficulties are occurring, they're out here in the ether. Good morning, Beth. And we're going to address them. We're going to actually invite them in. And I'll tell you why. So let's start. What I want to do is call some of them to your attention and do some work with them. Then I want to do some tapping. And then I want to move into joy for fully living life, including the difficulties. Our lives would be far more bland and dull if there weren't some difficulties here and there. We wouldn't appreciate the wonderful things if they weren't being balanced by the difficulties. So there is, your Thanksgiving is tomorrow. All right, awesome, yes. So we're just laying groundwork here for peacefulness, for calm, for enjoyment of whatever is going on in your day. Some people may choose to be alone today. I've had Thanksgivings where I was on my own. How we choose to view that makes all the difference. If we do the poor me thing, then it becomes, yes, poor me. If, on the other hand, we look at it as, I've created solitude for myself today. I have chosen solitude, consciously or unconsciously, I've chosen solitude. How will I make the most out of this solitude, right? So what I'd like us to do, I think we'll do 3. That was the number that popped into my head. There's 7 of you here and me right now. Let's do this. I want you to pick one of your current difficulties. Pick a current difficulty. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. Perfect timing. You popped right in when we're talking about the difficulties in our lives. So you can pick a difficulty that is unique to you. For instance, you have a health concern going on or a struggle at your particular job with your particular work. It can be specific, or it can be bigger than that. Our current political scene, wars that are occurring. Pick a difficulty. Pick a difficulty. Now I want you to just breathe into that difficulty. If you're able, close your eyes. And with every breath you exhale, you're opening up that difficulty. You're ventilating it, as Pema Chodron says. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Mel. Yes. Ventilating it, opening it up, really bringing it to the fore. Inviting this difficulty that you've picked to come and sit down beside you. Come and sit beside me. Let's have a conversation. Let me understand you better. Let me appreciate you for what you're bringing into my life. All right? So I'm just going to pick one to play around with as we're talking here. But dis-ease. Some kind of a disease in my body, something that's out of whack, right? So pick that. If you've got something going on in your body, pick that. What are the benefits to you having that particular difficulty? Dig deep, friends. Dig deep. What are the benefits? What are the good things that are coming out of this particular difficulty? What is it teaching you? What is it calling for you to do? If you have a dis-ease in your body, perhaps it's calling for you to slow down. Perhaps it's calling for you to be aware. What is the value of this particular difficulty in your life? What's it doing for you, not to you? What's it doing for you? Or what is it trying to do for you? But up until you beginning to look at it from this different perspective, you really weren't having it. You really weren't listening to it. You weren't heeding the message. Again, oftentimes our messengers come in these odd packages. A disease, a difficulty, a car accident. Whenever someone hits a deer, I always feel like there's a message there for them. So I'll tell you one of my favorite deer hit stories because it was so classic, and she caught it right at the time. She caught it. This is my friend Kathy, and she was driving in the UP, lived there at that time. We all did at that point. And it was night, I believe it was night, and she was driving and thinking about the difficulties in her life and her history and the past and all this stuff. Yes, there's a great one. Yes, fabulous. Thank you for sharing yours, Catherine. That's an awesome one. But she's thinking to herself all about the past and lamenting the past and whatever. And she turns and looks behind her out the rear view or out the back window as she's driving and runs over a dead deer in the road. What better message than quit looking back, look forward. Good morning, Renee. Happy Thanksgiving to you also. So, and she laughed at the time. It was gross, but she laughed at the time like, okay, I get it. Happy Thanksgiving, Lisa. Glad you are here. So we're doing a little exercise where we are looking at some difficulties in our lives, things that we're bearing the burden of right now. And what's the value of that? What is good about that? So I was just sharing one, but again, the same thing with a health issue. What is it telling you? Invite this issue, whatever it is, to sit down beside you. And I can't remember whose poem it was or prose, but the gist of it was inviting this difficulty and sit down beside me. Teach me everything you have to teach me. And don't leave me until you've taught me everything you have to offer. Right? So, the last question I want to ask about this first difficulty that you're working with, and we're going to do 2 more. How can appreciating this difficulty help you? How can appreciating this particular difficulty help you? So in her case, the running over of the deer helped her realize she was spending way too much of her time, her precious life path, dwelling on the past, not being present in the moment, not being present, not appreciating what is, rather than lamenting what was. So what about for you, this one that you've picked that we're working on? How can you appreciating this particular difficulty in your life help you? Now take a breath. Let it go. And now there are 9 of you on here with me. Fabulous. Let's do another one. I want you to pick a current difficulty in your life. Again, it can be a personal one for you. It might be a familial one, especially around Thanksgiving. It might be something that's going on in our world that you just struggle with. Pick that difficulty. That's your second one that you're going to work through. Breathe into it. Good morning, Bonnie. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome, welcome. Ventilate this difficulty. So what we're doing is we're picking a difficulty in our life. It can be anything. It can be having difficulties with someone you live with. It can be having a health issue. It can be having financial problems. It can be being dissatisfied with your current living situation. It can be a work thing, whatever it is. Pick a difficulty. Breathe into it. Open it up. Open it up like it's a gift. It is a gift. The difficulties in our lives are gifts. Can we receive them? Can we, again, the messenger sometimes is the wackiest messenger ever. Can we appreciate the message regardless of the messenger? Regardless of the messenger, right? Okay, so what are the benefits to you of this particular difficulty? What is it doing for you? So let's say, I'm going to make something up here. Let's say I'm having difficulty with a family member. What is it doing for me? It's calling me to be present in the moment, to acknowledge what's really going on. Wait a minute, we're having trouble here. This isn't going well. Every time we have a conversation, we blow up at each other. One of us hangs up. We don't talk for a while. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever your circumstances are. What's the value of this particular thing? Back pain, that's a great one. Give that back pain a voice, Renee. Breathe into it. What does it want you to know? What does it want you to know? Breathe in. Breathe in. And again, kind of like what Renee is saying here, I must prioritize myself. That is not selfish. And most of us, especially women, have been told prioritizing yourself is selfish. No, no. It is actually being selfless, taking good care of others. Because if I'm taking good care of me, then I'm in a position to do for others. Does that mean taking on their problems and making them my own? No. Sometimes it means through me taking care of myself, I am demonstrating to others the value of self-care, hopefully so that they can do it for themselves also. It doesn't mean jumping in and fixing stuff for other people. It may mean holding big space for them. It may mean, I can't tell you the number of times that I said to my daughter when she called in a crisis, you are a smart woman. You will figure this out. I have faith that you will figure this out. And she'd get mad and slam the phone down. 3 days later, she'd call me up and she'd go, "I figured it out." I knew you would. I knew you would. So, this second difficulty, what have you learned from it? What is it trying to teach you? Have you learned it? If not, again, invite it to sit down beside you. Invite it to stay as long as it needs to stay for you to get it. This message that it's bringing you. What do I need to know from you? I totally love that those of you on here who've had cancer can view it from that perspective of my walk with cancer. What did I learn from this illness? What is my body trying to tell me? Yep, it's dealing with a difficult person. Yes, yes, yes. That's an awesome one. So we're going to do a third round, but let's finish up the second round. So what have you learned from this particular difficulty? Can you appreciate what you've learned from this particular difficulty? And know that one of the life rules of thumb that I have come to discern is when we don't listen, the voice gets louder. The messenger gets louder. The way the message gets delivered gets louder. How wonderful it is when we hear the whispers and invite that messenger in. Sit down. Tell me what I need to know. I will work at changing this now rather than when it has to be a catastrophe. The deer hit, the house burning down, the getting fired, whatever it is. I can respond to this when it's subtle. I can choose to meet this where it's at when it's the whisper, not wait until it's the slap upside the head. Learn to slow down and take care of me from having cancer. Yes, yes, yes. And think about how many people we now know. Some people, well, my dad just had his oncology visit, and the message there, and how long ago was that? 10, 15 years ago he had cancer? But again, there was a messenger also. Slow down a bit. Appreciate the scenery. You don't have to work 24/7. That's my goal for Thanksgiving today. All I have to do today, stuff the ham in the oven, make some deviled eggs, set up a table. Done. That's it. Yay! So then we can sit around and talk. We can hold space. We can pet the dogs. We can do all the good stuff. I asked my daughter to bring flowers. That's going to be her contribution to Thanksgiving. I love flowers. My mother was never all that big on flowers, but I love flowers. So I'm having flowers at the Thanksgiving table. I'm so excited. It's that little stuff, right? All right, so let's do our third one. Pick another circumstance. There we go. Honoring your value in the workplace. Yes, 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 yes. Others don't change. That is our rule of thumb that in our other series that Jo Neal and I are doing and posting on our platforms, that is the main thing we want you to take away. You can't change someone else. You cannot change someone else. You can only look at what you're thinking, feeling, doing, how you're reacting instead of responding. That's, I'm going to steal from AA here. Clean in front of your own front door. Everybody else's front doors are none of your business. Clean in front of your own front door. That's a hugely valuable message that comes out of a lot of these difficulties. Okay, so difficulty number 3. There's 8 of you on right now. Difficulty number 3. Pick out another difficulty in your life. And since we've done difficulty 1 and difficulty 2, are you beginning to see a pattern? Are you beginning to see a pattern? I certainly hope so. Okay, so difficulty number 3. Breathe into it. Ventilating it with your attention, your focus, the wise part of you that wants you to get this message in through the nose, out through the mouth, the willingness to feel some of the pain, some of the discomfort of this particular messenger of difficulty. What are the benefits in your life of this particular difficulty? What is the message? What is it wanting you to know? Breathe into it. Breathe into it. What do you have for me? Come and sit down. Stay with me. Teach me. Help me learn. When I have learned what I need to learn from you, feel free to leave. But make sure I'm knowing what I need to know here, what I need to learn, fundamental changes I need to make to my perspective, to my thoughts, my feelings, my behaviors, my choices. Help me learn. What have you learned from that particular difficulty? Difficulty number 3. What have you learned from this difficulty? What have you yet to learn from this difficulty? Again, this might be one of the, what am I pretending not to know? The message may be coming at you and you're going, la, 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 I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. For instance, let's say it's telling you that a relationship has run its course. It is time for it to be done. La, 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 la. What about inviting that messenger in? Good morning, Susan. Glad you are here. Sit with it. Sit with it. Let's have tea together. Me and my messenger of difficulty. Here's this particular difficulty in my life. What am I meant to learn from it? My sister and I both can say how much we have learned from the clashes that we have. We're merely the mirror for each other. And we each get the opportunity to figure out, what do I want to do with this? What a gift. What a gift. How can appreciating this difficulty help you? Difficulty number 3. How can appreciating it help you? Well, one thing I think is when you appreciate it, you're willing to invite it in. Instead of hold it off, keep it at bay, I'm la, 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 I'm not going to listen, right? There we go. Yes, reprogramming your relationship with food and healthy choices. You are not your mother, and you are not that poor relationship with food. That's what was modeled. You can find other models. You can be your own best model. Yes, 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 yes. I've already made decisions about, my one sister is struggling with diverticulitis. So Thanksgiving dinner, holy buckets, right? So I've already got a baked potato sitting beside for her and some of the other things. I mean, she's going to pick very carefully to take good care of herself. We all need to do this. What am I being called to do for myself right here, right now, on Thanksgiving Day? Whether it's meal stuff, whether it's family stuff, whatever it is. Maybe it's alcohol. Trying to get through Thanksgiving with alcohol as your helper. We all know that's not a great way to go. We all know that, right? So what could I do differently? What could I do differently? So now we have our 3 opportunities there. Let's do some tapping. And I will leave some spaces in there for you to bring in your particular difficulties, messengers, and do some work with them. So let's start with the side of the hand. Even though I have these difficulties, I love and accept myself. Even though I've tried to avoid dealing with these difficulties, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I wish I didn't have these difficulties, I realize they are for my own benefit. Inside corner of the eyebrows. All these difficulties. Outside corner of the eye. The 3 particular ones I've named. Say them out loud. Under the eyes. I am ready to learn the lessons. Under the nose. I am ready to appreciate these messengers. Under the mouth. I am ready to see the benefits from these messengers. Collarbone. But I really hate this. Under the arms. I just want them to go away. Around the crown of the head. I don't want to have to learn anything. Inside corner of the eyebrows. But these are my messengers. Outside corner of the eye. I decide if I learn the message or not. Under the eye. They're here for my assistance. under the nose. But they're such weird messengers. Under the mouth. So painful. Collarbone. Couldn't there be a better way to get this stuff? Under the arms, but these are my messengers. Around the crown of the head. They come in all sizes, all shapes, all varieties. Inside corner of the eyebrows. I maybe don't need to know why this particular messenger. Outside corner of the eye. This is my messenger. Under the nose. Acknowledging and accepting. This is my messenger. Under the mouth. Appreciating the benefits of this messenger. Collarbone. Understanding the wisdom of this messenger. Clearly getting my message. Around the crown of the head. I trust myself to get the message. Nice deep breath in. And out. What do you notice? Scan your body from head to toe. What do you notice? I notice a buzz or a hum within. Just kind of like everything's moving. Everything's electrified in a good way. That buzz, that hum. Another breath. What else do you notice? Having tapped on these 3 particular difficulties that you brought up, you talked about the benefits of them, you were willing to have them sit beside you and teach you their lessons, you're willing to release them when you've gained those lessons, when you've understood what you're meant to learn. Calming, fabulous, wonderful. How about for some of the rest of you? What are you noticing? And again, you can keep tapping. You can go, well, I think I need a little more on number 3. Go for it. Go for it. And if you, again, the biggest thing that my clients say to me is, well, Bonnie, you come up with all these words. I don't know what to say. The words are less important. The intention is what matters. So setting the intention. I need more work on number 3. I'm just going to tap number 3. Number 3 was my relationship with food. Thinking about my relationship with food. My relationship with food. You just go and go and go. You don't have to have all kinds of fancy words. Intention is what matters. Another breath. Let it go. And now I want you to feel some joy. I'm glad Barbara's feeling calm. Feel the calming, but feel some joy. Let's bring in some joy. We've now made some room for joy. And joy can be about little things. I just heard the heat kick on. I am joyful that there is heat in this house. How awesome is that? What else do you feel joyful about? I'm joyful that family is coming today. I'm joyful that I have very little to do to prepare. I'm joyful. Feel the joy. Good morning, Jen. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Feel more confident. Fabulous. That is awesome. Breathe into that. Feeling more confident. And now let's rub our hands together and let's send out some loving kindness. Loving kindness to those that will be in our orbit today, even the ones who are difficult. Love and kindness. Allowing what is, allowing people to be exactly who they are, being happy to be who you are. Rolling it in. This time I want you to bring it home. Loving yourself, valuing yourself, enjoying yourself. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yep, family tomorrow, grandkids today. Fabulous. One more time. And let's send some love and kindness to our difficulties and the people associated with our difficulties. Those messengers, the ones who are helping us see our own Achilles heels, who are helping us grow through difficulty. Loving kindness. Let them, let them. Absolutely true. Let them be them. You be you. Embrace you. Be the best you can be today. Right? Kind, loving, open, allowing. Let them. All right. One more time. Back to yourself. All the practical rebels. Love you all. Have an awesome Thanksgiving. We'll see you again tomorrow on Black Friday. Don't forget my Black Friday coaching special. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Love you. Bye-bye.